Good afternoon to all. Today we are going to see a small demo of MicroStrategy itself. I would like to introduce myself first. I'm having around 14 years of experience in teaching, training, and learning management system. While working or while doing my job into the teaching and learning management system, I get to know about the data science and data analytics. There I worked and there I learned lots of technologies and after that I'm working as a freelancer and consultant part in the different domains. And the most important part is I'm a quick learner and learner related to the new technologies. I am contributing trending curriculums and disruptive segments available to the education and academics field right now. Recently, I am pursuing my PhD into teaching and doing some social for several NGOs in the central vicinity of India. That is Nagpur. So I'm working for the society also and the education segment also. And I'm more fascinated to learn the new technologies. So this is all about me. So can you please share the next slide? Yes. For today's presentation, what we are going to see for today's demo. So for today's demo, we are having a topic and the topic is called as a MicroStrategy. So before going to the MicroStrategy directly, we must know what is business intelligence and why that business intelligence is important. So for today's scope, we are going to see business intelligence, some data warehouse and business intelligence architecture. Then we are going to see the MicroStrategy platform architecture and its component. After that, we are going to see the MSTR architecture, why it is different. And the last is the architectural flow. And after that, we are going to see the objects available in the MicroStrategy itself. So initially, this MicroStrategy tool is a business intelligence tool. And why this business intelligence is important, that we are going to see in the next slide. So this is the points that we are going to see in today's presentation. So first slide itself is business intelligence and why business intelligence. Before going to learn or before going to discuss about MicroStrategy, we must understand the importance of businesses and the running businesses, or we can say that the successfully running businesses, that we have to learn first. Initially, in our day-to-day life, we are going through lots of different platforms and we are going to learn lots of different products. At the same time, all that companies or all that money-making companies having some specific business strategies. When they are implementing the different business strategies, when they are going to implement the different schemes, when they are going to implement the different, we can say that the proposals for the customers, and at the same time, when they are providing all these schemes to the customers, they are earning or they are losing something. So the basic important parameter to run these biggest industries are taking a specific decision, or I am saying that taking a particular decision which change their direction and altitude of the growth. So business intelligence is nothing but a segment or an umbrella that includes the applications, infrastructure and tools, and best practices that enables to access and analyze all the information to improve and optimize the decisions and the performances. So this definition is defined by the Gartner. Gartner is one of the solution provide company, or we can say that the rating company, which shows us the impact and the utilization of the tool by the companies all over the globe. In simple way, we can say that we are going to provide the right information in the right format to the right set of people at right time. This is the simplest definition of business intelligence. And that's why we are utilizing, or that's why we are using business intelligence in our day-to-day life or in the industry domain itself. Can you please share the next slide? So the next slide is nothing but the functions of business intelligence. As the definition says, about the right information, right format, right set of people at right time. So these are all 4 R's at right place. When we are putting together, then this will work as a specific knowledge or specific impact of the decision. As we know that every process required 3 different sets or 3 different components. First component is input, second component is a process, and third component is output. BI also required 3 different components. First one is the input, second one is the process, and third one is output. First input is nothing but my databases or the stored databases or the human knowledge. When we collaborate all these inputs and segregated and keep at one place and apply the different functions such as reporting, overlapping, analytics, data mining, process mining, complex event processing, business performances, our benchmarking, text mining, predictive analysis, and prescriptive analysis. These two are basic, more important nowadays in the next few days. But currently, what we are doing, taking all inputs from the databases, we are applying some functionalities by available tools and environments. By applying that particular techniques on that data, we are going to get some specific output of that processes. That output is utilized by the different sets of people. It may be a ground level people, it may be a mid level people, it may be a higher level people. There they have to take a specific decision, and that decision must be supported by some quantitative and qualitative information. So that quantitative and qualitative information is gathered by the different data which is available nowadays. As we know that data is nothing but the gold now, or we can say that data is nothing but the new oil now. At every instance of the process, that data is going to be generated, and we are utilizing that data for getting a specific information. That information is used to support our decision segment, and that decision will utilized by the higher management people to change the direction itself. So moving ahead, the next slide is of the architecture of business intelligence. The previous one was a normal component where we discussed about the 3 components as input, process, and output. And now we are going to technical parts, and that technical part is nothing but the data, information, and knowledge. The processes are same. So data is nothing but my input. Whatever the information we are having about our data is nothing but my information segment here, is which is in the middle part. And third one is nothing but my knowledge. So knowledge is used to represent the BI segment, and that BI segments having the different objects by which we are going to see the specific information or the diagrammatical information. Why I am using diagrammatical? As we know that one picture says 1,000 words. Like that, when we are creating a story from a raw data, that will clear up the picture in front of the different level of the management. So now we are going to discuss the architecture of the business intelligence. So why that business intelligence required this so much architecture? As we know that every biggest organization is generating so much data day by day. If I'm going to take an example of the McDonald's is nothing but the hospitality giant, or they are providing a biggest food chain in the world. They are having n number of stores at local level also and the global level also. At every instance of a time, they are generating a specific information related to their products. And a person which is sitting in USA can take a decision related to the store which is available in the Kerala itself. So that is the beauty of our business intelligence architecture, and that's why they are utilizing these particular tools. Suppose that McDonald's having a specific product, and that product means by utilizing these particular tools, they are going to make a decision. At that time, they are not going to sell that product at that place also. Is that type of minute information they are going to get there. So this data is nothing but the legacy data. some operational data and some the external data. As we know that the data having the different types, all the different types data are stored as per their convenience, as per the industry organization structure. They are stored into their own sheets. All that sheets, we can say that that is nothing but the databases into the organizational structured warehouse, and that is nothing but the enterprise data warehouse. When we are going to shift that particular data into the enterprise data warehouse, we require to perform specific operation. That operations are nothing but the ETL operation. At the same time, the second type of operation is there. That operation is nothing but the extract, load, and transfer. When we are using ETL when we are going to use ETL, that ETL is nothing but extracting the information from our local databases. If in case that database is not so proper, they are lagging with some field value. That field value is in the date format, but that date format is not proper. That time we are going to transfer that particular field itself. So transformation is nothing but the convert the state of that particular data and then load into the data warehouse. Are shifting that random form or into the enterprise data warehouse. When we are using ELT, that time that information is going to store into the data lakes. So databases, data warehouse, and data lakes are three different components which are going to be used as per their, we can say that as per their feasibility and utility. The most important parameter is nothing but the metadata. Here, metadata is nothing but a data about data. So metadata having the information of a specific data which is stored into data warehouse. So metadata is also important parameter that what metadata is going to be used, that we are going to see into the MSTR architecture. But here the metadata having the information of all enterprise data warehouse, and this is stored into one separate format. So that part is also something different that we are going to see in the further slides. Now moving from left to right, this is our fourth stage, and that fourth stage is nothing but my data mart. As we know that every organization having different departments. Suppose a company which is having a department called as sales and marketing, research and development, productions and all. Last one is quality control, shipping and all. And next one is nothing but dispatching department. So data mart is nothing but a smaller segment of a specific departmental value. Means if I need information of sales and marketing, that sales and marketing information is going to be stored into the data mart, or we can create a data mart which will fetch only sales and marketing data. We can create a data mart which can fetch only production related data. We can create a data mart which can create so on as per the departmental structure. They are going to store the similar type of information into that particular data mart, and that data mart is transferred to a particular BI people, or particular, we can say that knowledge workers. So on that information only they are going to generate any type of information. Suppose at what time, at what region the particular product having the highest sale. This is one of the parameter. Why the component is so much rejected at this particular region, or why the rejection rate is more. What is the overall efficiency of the machine is not proper at this particular location. That type of decisions we are going to see in application wise. So this architecture gives us how the particular information is transferring from raw data to my final, we can say that the report itself. So that report is nothing but my knowledge part. So we can say that this architecture shows us the transformation of a normal data entity and converting that data entity into the information, and that information into the knowledge part that can be a support system segment to my organization. So now the different business intelligence tools or leading business intelligence tools available in the market. There are around 35 different tools are available in the market on the business intelligence domain itself. So out of that, I just took around few which is more useful in the market as per the Gartner's report. So as per the Gartner report, Microsoft BI platform is there, ClickView is there, MicroStrategy, the important one, Power BI and Tableau. Around there are lots of tools are available, but out of that I took only few. So why MicroStrategy having edge on the other tools are available? So I'm going to discuss only advantages here of the MicroStrategy. So the advantages are it gives a single platform. Using or by utilizing that particular platform, we can manage the multiple tracks of the organization. At the same time, we can align and integrate the multiple tracks of industry. This is the main feature of MicroStrategy by which we are or MicroStrategy having edge on the different intelligence or BI tools. The most important one, it having the integrated reporting feature, and at the same time, MicroStrategy is analyzing and monitoring on web and mobile that helps to create a specific decision by the higher management. MicroStrategy supports interactive dashboards, scoreboards, highly formatted reports, at the same time ad hoc queries, thresholds and alerts, and the automated report distribution. This is the specific feature of MicroStrategy. It also supports the summary level reporting. MicroStrategy having Rollup. This is the important feature of MicroStrategy. Rollup is nothing but the relational of online analytical processing. This allows user to drill anywhere in the entire database. It uses a single common metadata for consistency and streamlined maintenance. And the most important one, it has the intelligent queue. So all these are the advantages of MicroStrategy. And now we are going to see the MicroStrategy architecture. So by this figure, we are going to see a number of the objects are available. So if we are going to see this particular figure, so before discussing this slide, this is the important one. Here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 6 rectangles. Around 7 rectangles we are having. So from left to right, we are having the information delivery, web mobile, intelligent server, and client application. But this slide we are going to discuss from right to left. So here the client application is there. So client application having two different features. First one is developer and second one is administrator. In the middle part, we are having 4 rectangles. First one is the data sources. Second one is warehouse and metadata. Third one is web mobile server and intelligent server. Here, the data sources are the prime important collection of normal information of any organization. It may be cloud or it may be server or it may be anything, whatever the data sources are available. That is connected with enterprise data warehouse and metadata database itself. At the same time, that data sources are connected with intelligent server. Now I am going to discuss what is intelligent server here. When we are going to create any of the application, it may be a report, it may be a dossier, or it may be RSD. That particular 3 components are going to utilize few objects available in the MicroStrategy. And that objects are going to be created with the utilization of the MicroStrategy architecture itself. When a normal developer is directly connected with data sources, then this connection or then this type of architecture is directly called as 2-tier architecture. And when the client is directly connected with data sources and in between them, if we are having intelligent server, that segment is called as 3-tier architecture. Now, why this intelligent server is available in MicroStrategy architecture? When a developer requires to generate any of the format or any of the report or any of the object, that object required that information value, and that required value is provided by data warehouse. But whenever a client is directly connected with data warehouse, that time the processing time is more. That's why the intelligent server is purposefully installed in between this particular connection, so the processing time will be reduced. When in our architecture we are going to use a mobile server, then this is called as 4-tier architecture. So this architecture or this particular diagrammatical representation is describing or depicting a specific workflow, or we can say that a MicroStrategy architecture by which we are converting a small data sources into the knowledge. So for developer, we are having three different applications. First one is MicroStrategy developer, second one is architect, third one is a web. And for administrative part, object manager, command manager, integrity manager, and enterprise manager. So this administrator is a totally different work which is going to be allotted by the organization to the people which is going to rule or which is going to handle a particular project, and the developer is going to generate the different we can say that the applications. So first application is nothing but the developer. In developer, we are going to generate reports, ad hoc reports. In architect, we are going to generate the foundation of our project. And by web, we are going to create dossiers, dashboards, and RSD. And all that applications are delivered in form of output to the MicroStrategy web by MicroStrategy mobile application, and some new features available in the MicroStrategy by providing some triggers, by providing some we can say that the normal information or triggers, we can say that by emails we are going to just convey the information by time. So this is our architecture in which the particular flow of the process is going to be happen. So this is the beauty, and at the same time we can say that in more secure manner we are going to handle the MicroStrategy tool. So if the huge amount of data is also available, we are taking only few information and working on that. So that is also one of the beauty. At the same time, we can utilize the complete data also. So this is the beauty of the MicroStrategy architecture, which gives edge itself by the different tools are available. Can you please move to the next slide? This is already discussed. Metadata and data warehouse is available. So ODBC connections are available. So by ODBC connections, we are connecting with MicroStrategy Intelligent Server. This intelligent server is connected with MicroStrategy Developer. That's why this is called as 3-tier architecture. When this intelligent server is connected with web segment, then this is connected with the browser. Browser is nothing but the user. All these users are connected with here. If the browsers are directly connected to the warehouse and metadata, then it is called as 2-tier. When MicroStrategy intelligent server is in between, then it is called as 3-tier. At the same time, if we are having a mobile server, then it is called as 4-tier. So this is a MicroStrategy architecture. Why this makes different by other different tools available? As already discussed, this is nothing but the relational OLAP. So why this relational OLAP? So relational OLAP is nothing but the relational online analytical processes. By utilizing this particular functionality, this will generate the highest data scalability. Here scalability is nothing but increasing the particular data value itself or increasing the handling of the data. Highest user and number of user is utilizing the particular tool. Highest performance at a scale. Very sophisticated analytic performance is obtained on MicroStrategy, It is ideal for data warehousing. It has rapid report creation methods, and super end user self services are available. So these are the, we can say that the advantages of role app, which is implemented in the MicroStrategy, which makes out of a different, we can say the out of thinking of a different business intelligence tools available in the market. So this is the important one. So two parameters are important. First one is a role app, and second one is tier architecture. So this is the important structure of architecturing part into the MicroStrategy. This is our flow. As already discussed, physical system, MicroStrategy enterprise platform, logical enterprise assets. So logical enterprise assets is nothing but the internal parameters. First one is the process, data, applications, and domain, by which we are going to utilize all this functionality by tablet or by, we can say that laptop, on desktop, phone, or the watches. And how that particular information is moving to the end user. That end user is nothing but my enterprise. That end user is going to handle this information with this particular 5 applications. After analytics, mobility, and the security, that information is provided to the end user, and some credential part is shown in between the layer number 2 and layer number 1 from down to up. So in between logical enterprise assets to the MicroStrategy enterprise platform, that credentials are required. So a person which is from sales and marketing is not able to access the information of the human resource person. Okay, so as per we are going to grant permission, that is nothing but the access control segment, which is also important feature of MicroStrategy, that also we are going to see in the further slides. But these are the required parts. So we can abstract or we can hide the information from all over, spreading to all over organization. Departmental information required to that person, that is only going to be accessed by that particular person only, which is or that person is liable to handle that information only, that is only going to be handle that information. Otherwise, no one is going to interfere in between the different department which is associated in the organization. So this is the architectural flow of MicroStrategy. This is the input parameter, we can say that connectivity ecosystem. Okay, so as discussed in the first graphical slide, I can say the input, process, and output. So input having the different, I can say that formats. So there are five different formats. You can say that first one is NoSQL itself, relational databases, multi-dimensional other BI tools, cloud applications, departmental data, and the social media. So every input parameter having their own structure itself. See, if social media is there, we know that there are picture files. We can say that there are the comment text files. There are multiple different formats are available. So every database having their different formats of storing. So MicroStrategy having a suitable feature that means MicroStrategy is going to connect with all the different input parameters available in the market. It may be MongoDB, it may be Hadoop, it may be SQL Server, it may be Cognos, it may be SAP BI, or it may be Salesforce, that which is also one of the leading enterprise, we can say, and at the same time the social media files also. So all the information which is available, or all the sites which are going to available, all that particular data is able to connect with MicroStrategy itself. Okay, so this is the important part. And as per the organization's requirement, that they are going to fetch, or that they are going to infer the information from the input itself, and processing all the functionality available in the MicroStrategy. So whatever the different functionality that we are going to see in the next slide, but this is the connection part. So when we know that the input is of this particular standard, so we are expecting the output is also. So if the input is really very good, as I am from the academic background, I will give you one example here. If the input criteria of a student is more than 80%, so definitely that particular student is going to excel into the remaining particular 4 years. And here, though it is not suitable with the particular application, but this is the fact. We are going to convert, or we are going to change that particular input, and then we are going to provide to the processing part, and then we will get the knowledge from the specific data. Okay, so this is our data connectivity ecosystem of the MicroStrategy. So for this today, the course outline is nothing but the three important, we can say that the segment. First segment is the reporting segment, or we can say that the reporting essential. Second one is nothing but the RSD, or documents and dossiers essential. Third one is MicroStrategy Architecture essential. And there are few more parts like as the engine essentials, free from SQL. That part we are going to see, but the normal course plan is like this. So reporting, documents, dossiers, and the architecture part. So reporting is for creating ad hoc report, or we can say that a subset which is used to, or which is going to used in the dashboards. Documents and dossiers. Initially, dossiers are the we can say that insights or business insights. That business insights are converted into the dossiers, and now the minutely formatted documents are available in the MicroStrategy. That is the basic USP, and the last one is nothing but the architecture. So the particular course is defined into three different categories by which we are going to see how MicroStrategy works, and we are going to know about the MicroStrategy by these three different ways only. So these are the basic course outline of a particular. This is the important one. Now we are moving towards, or now we are deep diving into the conceptual part. So the concept is like as objects. So initially, when we are talking about the objects, MicroStrategy having three different objects. First object is a public object, second is the schema object, and third one is a configuration object. But now I am discussing only configuration object because this is the monitoring part. When we are talking about the public object, this public object is nothing but which is visible to everyone. Public objects are visible to everyone. Schema objects are not visible to everyone. Or we can say that schema objects having some different hindrances by the different user itself, such as tables, transformations, partition mapping, hierarchies, functions and operation, facts and attributes. Public objects are visible to every user which is working into the organization. Auto styling, consolidation, custom groups, documents, drill map, filters, metrics, prompts, reports, and search templates. And the configuration objects are used to control the particular project itself by applying or by accessing a specific information to a specific user. So configuration manager is there, user manager is there, system monitor is there, system admin is there. All the administration work is done on the configuration object, and according to the functionality of configuration object, we are utilizing that particular function into our project. Now, till now, our bed is generated or our foundation is generated. Now we required pillars to create our project. So what are that pillars? Pillars are facts, metrics, attributes, and hierarchy. This is a basic information, or we can say that this is the basic pillars on which everything is going to be prepared. First one is fact and metrics. So what is facts and what is metrics? As we know that dimensions and measures, what we are using the W. Dimensions and measures. Measures is one of the part where we are going to use some analytical process, or we can going to aggregate it. Facts are also the same meaning, but we cannot we can be aggregated to produce a meaningful result. And on the metrics, these are the object which perform the calculations of the fact. So facts and metrics both are numerical in nature. But see, now here, if phone number is there, so on phone number, we cannot be aggregate any of the functionality. That's why that cannot be the matrix, but it is a fact. Matrix, salary, matrix, we can say that the age, that is the matrix. Attributes and hierarchies. Attributes relates the descriptive data, which is non-fact data, stored in the data warehouse to the MicroStrategy reporting environments. Without attributes and without metrics, we cannot create any report. At the same time, if any filtering or any we can say that sorting type of information is not there, without these three we cannot create any report. When we are relating that particular attribute by any significance level, that term is called as hierarchies. So if year is there, year attribute is there, so that year attribute must have month attribute, and that month attribute must have week attribute, that week attribute must have day attribute. So this is the hierarchy. So hierarchies are formed by using the attributes. We can create metrics by using attribute also. That part we are going to see here. In fact, I have written 4 words itself. First one is homogeneous, heterogeneous facts, and these are the 2 different fact type. First one is simple fact and derived fact. Metrics also having 4 types: simple metrics, nested metrics, compound metrics, and derived metrics. Attribute is also having 4 different types, but fourth one I have purposefully not mentioned here. First one is simple, derived, and compound, and hierarchies are system defined and user defined. We can define our own hierarchies, and by default a system can create itself the hierarchies utilizing with the particular attributes. So these are the 4 pillars on which we are going to create our project. So these are the 4 important part, and according to these particular four different pillars, we are going to create a new parameter such as the consolidations, custom group, filters. This is our normal MSTR objects which is available here. The beauty of this particular BI tool is nothing but they are providing a specific icon by which we are going to understand what is that and what is, or that particular icon defines a specific functionality of particular object. So we are having schema object, attribute, fact, hierarchy, transformation, partition. That schema object is used into the application object, matrix, filter, prompts, consolidation, custom group, templates, and searches. And that application objects are used for creating different reports and documents. So report having different types: grid graph report, HTML type, and report service document. So now this is the utilization of object, what we can say here. So report designer create application objects which are used to create report documents and can be used to create other application objects also. So RSD is one of the basic format. Now when we are shifting towards the mobile part, then that is something different. So for primer FESA information, or from primer FESA, what is MicroStrategy object is that this picture depicts the particular information. So schema object is there. From that schema objects, we are going to convert the schema objects into the application object, and now application objects is moving into the reports and the documents. So this is all about the object parts. And now as per the application and as per the utilization, we are utilizing this particular objects in it may be a report, it may be a dashboard, it may be a RSD, or it may be any of the mobile application, anything. Okay, so this is all about the MicroStrategy objects. These are the add-on topics which is available in the MicroStrategy. First one is a free from SQL, second one is engine essential, third one is a transactional services. So I'm just elaborating what this particular topic is. The first topic is nothing but the free from SQL. Free from SQL is nothing but MicroStrategy having inbuilt capability to create a internal SQL query that we are going to discuss. Engine essentials, architecture part is so complex, that's why that essential part is available, that we are going to see in the next we can say that the slide. And the third one is the transactional services. This is the specific application we can say that in the MicroStrategy that we are going to use. There are as per the domain expertise and as per the domain requirement, that part is going to be used. So all these are the additional parts available. So these are the add-on topics available in this MicroStrategy. These are the projects which are available here with us: More, CIP, and Mortgage. More is nothing but the Ministry of Human Resource of Emirates. This is one of the projects I performed previously. Customer Insight, which is nothing but the retail domain projects, and nothing but the mortgage applications into the retail banking domain. So these are the smaller projects that we can do into the, or that we can work on these particular projects. So can you move to the next slide, please? Lab setups. Yes. High-speed internet availability is required. Maybe desktop or maybe laptop. Both applications are same. Depending on your suitability, you can use one of the or at the same time both the applications with you. And the system requirement is higher here because RAM size is more and storage space is also more because of lots of processes background they require lots of process running around all and all, so they required a higher system configuration itself. So this is our lab set, and every we can say that object creation is required one lab experiment. So without performing, we cannot know what are the importance of that object and all. Okay, so this is the important one here. Additional source or additional course resources. This is the website available. In this website, if you are going into the community part, all the informations are available. According to that point, you search on that, the total detailed information is available, and the related information is also stored in that particular page itself. So this is the additional course resources. So from this resource you can find out. At the one more resource I forgot to mention here, but that is also at the time of delivery I will mention that particular resource. At the end of the course, we are going to get the course completion certificate, and this will be the prestigious certificate for your career growth and all. So this will helpful for you. After completion of this course, you will get this certificate like this. Okay. So thank you very much. That's all for today's demo session. Thank you very much. If you have any difficulty, please ping me on this particular email ID, or you can directly contact with us on these particular numbers. Thank you very much.